All right. So I am so excited to dive into this topic with you guys today, which is how to get coaching clients without a website. So I want to preface this by saying that I got my first six figures with a lot of the things that I listed in here. And most recently, I built my own coaching practice to seven figures without having a website at all. So with that, first in this video, I'm going to be going through the real reason why people ask you for a website to begin with, and it's probably not what you think. And there's also 19 different groups of people in your network that can start sending you clients right now, and I go through the entire list. And then finally, the 7 things that you can do every single day to start sending energy into your network so you can start to receive clients. And this isn't super woo-woo stuff. It's just super tactical things that you can do to start lubricating your network and just to really get yourself out there. Okay, so first, if people actually do ask you for a website, what is actually happening here? What is actually going on? Well, what's actually happening here, if people are actually asking you for a website or they're asking you for some more information, is that you're actually receiving an objection here that you get to handle, right? And the only 2 reasons why you ever receive an objection is because they either do not trust you or they do not trust themselves, right? They're unable to see the value in whatever you're speaking into so far. And the question I want to ask you is, first, are you taking your potential clients through the same sales conversation each and every time? And the answer is no. This means that you're probably not following a framework, and this is very different from a script, right? A framework is very different from a script. A framework helps you navigate your sales conversations and your Roman conversations, whereas a script, you're just reading certain things, but the framework, you're making sure that you're hitting different parts, and you're taking people through a psychological journey so that your clients can take responsibility for where they are, so they can really see and sit in the expansiveness of the vision for where they want to go to. And when they're clear on this, then they can start to relate to and align on the services that you want to offer. And, I'm just going to be going into this so much deeper into another video. But again, the reason why you're probably getting this objection to begin with is because you're not taking them through this sales conversation. So this is super, super important, right? So let's just assume that you are, and you're no longer receiving this objection. Again, I'm going to do so many more videos on this. So how do you actually get coaching clients with that website, right? So the first thing that I want to ask you is, does everyone in your network actually know that you're a coach, right? And I mean everybody, right? And if the answer is yes, then I want you to go and remind them, right? Because there's so many things that are happening in the world right now, and will always be happening in the world right now, where you might not necessarily be top of mind, right? They just have different things happening in their life. There's, 1,000,001 inboxes to manage, 1,000,001 social channels, all the things that are always happening in the news. And you just want to get in front of them and just be in conversation so you stay top of mind. So then in that week, when they're having the conversation, they say, oh, I was just talking to my friend Zion the other day, and, he just told me that he helps people with this exact same problem, and I'd love to just introduce you, right? This happens all the time. So you just want to make sure that you're staying top of mind. And if the answer is no, right, then I want to ask you, well, why not, right? Just look at that for a moment and then go make a list of the first 10 people that you can actually reach out to. And because it's important to be in momentum and be in the energy and just let people know that you are in fact a coach, and the opportunities will start to show up for you, right? And by being in action, you'll absolutely start getting conversations with people that will eventually be a good fit, right? So, at this point, you can pause this video right now, and you'll have so many things to do, right? And I want to just give you a quick little script, right? Which is, hey, I have been thinking about you today, and I just wanted to check in to see how everything was going. And and you can just start there, right? And just start the conversation, see where it goes. And you can even do something along the lines of, hey, hey, how's everything going? It's been a while. Just wanted to let you know that this is what I've been up to, and I just wanted to see if there's any way that can help you, right? And I just thought of you today, and you just came up in my mind, right? And this is a really beautiful opportunity to just let people know that they're being thought of, to let people know that you're actually thinking about them. This is, there's so many people out there right now where they could have woken up that day and literally said, hey, I just need a sign, right? Maybe they're having a really difficult day and it's saying, hey, I just need a sign. I just need someone to come into my life right now just to support me and serve me. And, for some of you, this might sound a little bit out there, but, but it happens, right? Like if you remember a time where you had that happen to you, where you had a moment of where you were really in that dip, you may be there right now, or you might not be feeling super powerful and super confident whenever you are, and you just had someone reach out and just be that loving light in your world. So so hopefully that script is really powerful for you. Just start reaching out, start saying those texts. Don't think about it. Don't let those thoughts just crowd your brain right now. Just really, really get into it. So next thing is what I call the feedback script, right? So this is how I've started so many businesses. It's probably one of the most powerful frames and principles that I have learned, right? And this is literally the crux of how I have gotten coaching clients without a website in the past, or any client to begin with in the past, which is based on this one principle. Okay. So the principle is, if you want money, ask for feedback. And if you want feedback, ask for money. Okay. So I'll read this again. If you want money, ask for feedback. And if you want feedback, ask for money. So the reason why this works is because it really just helps people lower their guard. And if you ask them for money, they're always going to tell you, hey, well, here are the reasons why I'm not going to pay you, whatever it is. If you're just asking for feedback, then you get a genuine understanding of what this actually looks like. And, and at some point you could just say, hey, look, hey, I'm just curious. Is this something that you're interested in, right? Is this something that you want, right? Is this something that you see that you would actually pay for? If you would actually pay for it, how much would you actually pay for it? And, and you want to just really honor people in this process, because what I'm going to give you next is just a quick script, right? And in that script, you're just going to set up this conversation. And then after you set up the conversation, receive the feedback, then you have the opportunity to set up a sales conversation. And then from there, you can really make sure that you're keeping those two things separate so it doesn't feel like a bait and switch, right? So the feedback script is, hey, I'm working on a process that can help people with X problem get Y result, and thought it'd be super helpful to people like you because of Z reason, right? So would you be open to just give me some quick feedback on this? I'd just love to hop on a quick 15-minute call and just see, if this would be helpful for you. So what this does is it just sets up the conversation again so that you are able to just start talking to people about your process, on how you help people. Just start seeing, is this something that people would pay for? And if you feel like you're at a place where you just don't have a lot of confidence in what it is, and maybe you can just even refine your offering and just say, hey, look, if it really had this, then I would, totally pay for that. But the fact that it doesn't have that, it doesn't really fit me. Or, hey, because I am this type of person, I really need this in the offering for it to make sense, or this is the process that really helped me. So you're going to gather a lot more data and a lot more information so that you can just make a better offer. It's going to really help you set up some more sales conversations. At the end of it, you could just say, hey, look, really love the conversation. Say, is this something that you're interested in? Or at some point, the person might say, hey, this thing might actually be a great fit for me, right? And you just say, hey, look, I really just want to honor our time here. I know that we just said that this would be a feedback conversation. I really don't want to turn this into a sales conversation, but would you like to just set up another call for us to just talk about what it might look like for us to work together, right? So that's kind of the journey that you can start taking people on for what that looks like. So we went over a lot of things here. And then, as I mentioned, I'm going to give you 18 or 19 different ways that or different groups of people that you can actually start reaching out to, so that you can start getting coaching clients without a website. So the first thing is past clients, right? Past clients in all the different places that you've worked, that whether they're current and past businesses, or jobs that you might have, or whatever that might look like, right? This is oftentimes where a lot of people forget, right? If people have worked with you in one season, they likely want to work with you again, right? So make sure that you're going and reaching out to these folks. Go look at past coworkers, go look at current colleagues, look at, especially other coaches, right? There's a lot of other coaches out there that are often finding people that come into their world, and they want people to refer out to, especially if they know that they're not a good fit for this person, right? And if you can just keep networking with other coaches, and you're able to send them business, and you're able to send each other business, other coaches are such a really, really great place to really start to build that network. make sure that you reach out to all your friends, right? The people that you socialize with, the people that you hang out with, the people that you haven't talked to in a while. Just people that are, just let them know what you're up to, right? Your friends always want to support you. Look at relatives and friends of relatives, right? Look at relatives and friends of relatives for your significant other, right? Look at relatives and friends of relatives for your parents, right? So that one track can go down so many different people, right? Look at members of different professional organizations. Look at parents of your friends or your kids' friends. Look at the people that you went to school with. Look at the people in religious congregations. Look at former teachers, different mentors that you've had in your past, right? People who provide services to you. So we talked about people that you might provide services to, but people who provide services to you, right? Different Facebook groups. So you can go in and type in keywords of different problems that that you help, and go join the discussion. See the people that are commenting. See where you can start to add value, right? If people are starting to ask questions in those Facebook groups around things that you have expertise in, go in there and add your 2 cents, right? Go in there and show that you're an expert, show that you're authority. You will start having people reach out to you. Just go in and add value. Expect nothing in return. And that will certainly be super helpful. And posting a story, right? If you have Instagram, posting a story where you just talk about different ways that you've helped clients in the past, different problems that you help. Maybe you're just going to talk about your process a little bit. And at the end, just say, hey, look, if you want to set up a call and you just want to chat about where you are with things, reach out to me and let me know, right? Something that's super easy is just posting on social as a direct ask. Just say, hey, look, I want to help 5 people right now. I have room for 1 more client right now. I just stopped working with 3 of my clients. I just finished up, and here were the results, and I really want to help 3 more people. And if you know that you've been wanting to work with me, or if you've ever thought about working with me, reach out to me and let's figure out a time to hop on a call. So just posting to your socials is something that a lot of people don't do, surprisingly, right? But just making a direct earnest ask and just say, hey, look, I'm here, I'm available, I'm ready to serve you is a really great way to get started. So speaking in front of groups, right? If you have friends that have groups, or different organizations that have groups, or different people you can reach out to and partner with, where your ideal customer or avatar is in their audience, go in front of their groups and share a presentation, right? Something that's really, really hard hitting, something that is going to add massive amounts of value, something that's going to really open up the realm of possibility for that person, or those people rather, and just get in front of groups. And then finally, people that you might have met at events, right? People that you might have met at events, or go out to different events and meetups, and really start reaching out and start networking and start to get in front of people. And finally, I call this the before and after referral tactic. It's working title in the name, but whenever you're looking at your coaching problem, the problem that you actually solve, what I want you to think about is, what is the problem that people actually how do they actually solve that problem before? Like, who do they go to before they have that problem that you solve, or who do they go to after the problem that you solve, right? So, I'll give you an example, right? Let's just say that you're a trauma coach, right? So a lot of people that have trauma might be going to therapists, right? So you might want to reach out to 10 or 20 different therapists that specialize in this, and just say, hey, look, I think I can help you, right? Maybe you want to go reach out to certain lawyers, right? And just, or where they specialize in personal injury or domestic violence or whatever it is. Maybe there's some nonprofits that specialize in this type of work with certain individuals, right? So there's a lot of different ways that you can just start reaching out to people. And then who are the people that they go to after, right? So after your clients are done with you, what did go interview your clients, ask them, hey, after you're done working with me, what do you actually want next? What is it that I'm not giving you? What else is it that I can give you next? And where do we actually go from here? And start making a list of all these different therapists, doctors, courses, programs, masterminds, and start building relationships with them, and just say, hey, look, I want to know who your best client is so I can refer you business. And by the way, this is who's a really good fit for me. And these types of referral relationships are great ways to build those businesses. So I'm sure by now you're starting to see, wow, you should have you could have a list of maybe 50 to 100 people that you can start reaching out to. And this is not to overwhelm you, but it's just to remind you that you can get into massive action right now, right? And start to really lubricate your network and start to really add more energy. And in order, and as you can see, there's a lot of ways, right, that you can start getting coaching clients without a website. And that's just being a human. It's just by interacting with other people. And finally, I call this the daily 7. And these are just different activities where we are really practicing the law of reciprocity, right? Where we are just putting energy out there, putting energy out there, putting energy out there, and waiting, and we also call this the boomerang effect, where we're putting it out there, waiting for it to come back, because it will. And you never know how it's going to come back or if it will come back. But the fact of the matter is we're putting energy out there, and this is what I call the daily 7. So the first thing is you want to make an intro to 2 people in your network. I did this so much in most of my career, is just finding 2 people in my network where, I'm just having conversations. At the end of every one of my conversations, I just say, hey, what do you need the most help with? Who are you looking for? And if I am not the person that can help you, maybe I can find the person that can help you. And then I can just start making introductions for people. And when you're doing this, I just want to do one caveat, which is just make sure you have a double opt-in. We're getting permission from both people that they actually want to talk to each other, that they actually want to meet each other. There's nothing more awkward than someone who doesn't actually want that introduction, right? So just make sure that you have a double opt-in and permission from both sides. But this is a great way to get 2 people to receive value from each other without you having to do anything other than just receiving, other than just facilitating an introduction. And this thing takes 5 minutes. Is one of the most powerful things that I have done to really just add value to the people in my space. Another thing is just sending a note of joy or appreciation, right? Just saying, hey, I just want to appreciate you in the work that you're doing in the world. I just want to appreciate you and how you're showing up, and just send someone a note, right? I want you to share an article with someone else, right? Let's just say that you're, reading on someone's socials and you're just seeing that they have an issue, or you're noticing that, you just saw that they have an issue, they're talking about certain things, and just say, hey, look, just based on what you're interested in, you can get a pretty good idea, right? If you scroll through someone's social media profile, you can get a pretty good idea of who they are. So you just want to, start to scan and see, oh, you know what, based on this, I can gather that this is this type of person, and just send them an article and just say, hey, I was just thinking about you, right? And you want to make sure that this is not yours. It's just something that it's not yours, right? It's something of value. You're saying, hey, I just thought about you, thought that this was valuable to you, and just send it over. And the next one, it might be a little bit hard to do this every single day, but just go back to the people that you've worked with and just make sure that you're also offering a referral or a testimonial to them, right? And if you haven't already, and just, again, just to start those conversations, introduce yourself, right? If you see people, their ideal prospects, make sure that they know that you exist. Just say, hey, look, I just want to introduce myself. I know that we've been connected for some time on social media. I know that we've been connected through friends. I've just heard so much about you. Or I just see that you're doing so many awesome things. Just reach out, say hi. You have no idea how, again, it's just such an easy conversation starter. And then go to your, again, just based on the list, ask, right? Ask for a referral or a testimonial, right? If you haven't asked for testimonials from all of your past clients, start there, right? And go to every single one of your last clients, get a testimonial. And then from there, it's like, hey, do you know anyone that would want to work with me, right? I'm currently looking for new clients. Do you know anyone that would want to work with me? Right. And then finally, offer a sales conversation, right? Just be direct and just say, hey, look, I love what you've been up to, and I'd love to know if I can help you in any way, right? This is probably the one thing that a lot of people don't do. It's super powerful. It's just like, hey, it's been a while, or we haven't connected in a while, and I really want to support you. I really want to serve you. And I just want to, I love what you're doing in the world. And is there any way that I can help you? So that is the daily 7, right? There's 7 ways, and you do this every single day, and just start doing it for 2 weeks. Try doing this for a month, and you just start to see all the magic happen. You just start to see all of these things start to move around you, and it becomes so powerful. So hopefully this video was really powerful for you. And if you haven't already, just make sure that you hit like or subscribe on this video. Give me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it. In the comments below, let me know your biggest takeaways. Let me know the things that you're going to try. And definitely let me know if you end up getting clients from this, right? I definitely want to know if that's super helpful. And with that, I will see you on the next video.